Well, their mission is to build a healthier community. They are not a program or an agency. They are an alliance, and they are making a difference by pulling together different sectors to fight the drug and alcohol abuse problem in our area. This morning, we have Lottie Ryans, Jillian Reece, and Jennifer Berven here with us to tell us more about their current efforts. And ladies, it's great to have you all on the show. We're putting all of these different pieces together, which is really how all of this works. Let's start with you. Tell me a little bit about this faith-based network.
We started it actually almost exactly a year ago. Monty Burks, who is with the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, is the Director of Special Projects, and they started what they were calling a faith-based recovery network. Basically what it is we're reaching out to the faith-based communities, churches as well as nonprofits that are faith-based, and we're educating them about addiction and recovery, because the biggest challenge that people with addiction and their families face is stigma. People don't understand it. They think it's a moral failure. They think something's wrong. They're just not trying, when in fact it is a disease. It's a disease of the brain, and it's something that needs treatment, but it also needs a community. And what a better place to find a community but within a church or a faith-based community. So by educating them, we're giving them not only the information to understand it better, but we're giving them the tools, because we share resources and information about all the treatment and recovery options in the region, that if they are dealing with an individual or family that is struggling with addiction, they can say, they can give them the spiritual comfort that they need, but then they can give them the tools that are available in the community to help fight that.
And that's what it really takes, is a lot of people and different organizations coming together to find ways to solve the problem, to help with the problem. And Lottie, I know you wear a lot of different hats. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got involved and how that works.
Absolutely. The First Tennessee Development District is focusing on workforce and literacy through the work I'm doing. If you look at the issues with addiction, of those who have addiction, 70% are in the workplace. So it is a community-wide issue, it's an economic development issue, and we want to help be part of the solution to that.
And I know you're representing sort of Carter County here, and so you're seeing these numbers, you know the families, you see the faces. Tell me a little bit about what you're seeing when it comes to the numbers and the families that are affected in that area.
Sure, we know that our entire region struggles with these issues, and particularly in Carter County, we're focusing a lot on opioid abuse and lots of struggles there. So we're just excited to have this in Carter County. This is the first time this event has been in Carter County, and so we're excited just to reach our population and right where we are and where we live and work and worship.
And you mentioned the event, so tell me a little bit about what you guys have sort of come up with, and a little bit about what's going to be happening in Carter County.
Sure, so we invite anyone who's interested in substance abuse in the faith-based community to come to this event, and they can learn lots of different things from agencies that have been doing this for a long time, learn about what resources are available, and hopefully just get some information as to what to do with the people that are coming to them for help.
So this is something that if you think, maybe I would have a little something to offer, they could sort of come to, meet others that are interested in this same problem and addressing this problem, and then learn how they can move forward together, which is what you're seeing as a whole, and is really starting to work in some areas.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons, even though we're hosting it in different communities, from the beginning we've approached it as a regional issue, because we're a pretty tight-knit community up here. While we have our different tri-cities and other communities, I think we really value teamwork up here in this area. So by working together, since even though it's hosted in Carter County, we certainly welcome anybody from any faith-based community to come. And additionally, even if you're not from a faith-based community, while we're targeting it at that community, certainly anybody who wants to learn more about addiction and understanding it and recovery and options would be welcome to attend.
Kind of like getting Lottie and that organization involved. So important to understand the different layers that it's going to take to address this.
Using workforce as an example, somebody who is struggling with addiction and they're now in recovery, that's the first step. The recovery is really the journey, and basically those folks, they need, if they haven't been in the workforce for a while, maybe they've had charges, so what, you look at all the resources in the church. You have people who own businesses that might be able to help give them some skills or an opportunity to volunteer or internship to get their resumes built back up. They might need a ride to work because they've lost their license. So by networking and creating a family and friends within that community, hopefully they can get those recovery supports, because that's really the key, and that's what's going to help them stay sober.
Yeah, I was going to say, when your life starts falling apart and you realize you can't get this and you can't get that, and you're still trying to do this, and one on top of the other just builds, and you can see how easy it would be to get right back into that same situation. There's another event that you guys also have coming up.
Yes, so we have this evening event on April 3rd, but the morning of April 3rd, there's also a more intimate event for those who have been involved with forming this network, so that people can come and say, here's what we need, here are the kinds of resources we still need, here's what support we need from the state, because there's a lot of lay people doing the work. So on Monday morning, April 3rd, we're having a breakfast to talk about what else do you need, how else can we be supportive of the organizations who are trying to help, the individuals, the churches who are trying to help.
Well, it sounds like you guys are definitely making some incredible progress, bringing together so many different people and places that can help out as well. We'll give everybody the information if you would like to attend either of these events that we talked about. The first one, of course, coming up Monday, April 3rd from 4:30 to 7:30. That is the church that is taking place. There is the website and a phone number if you would like more information. We'll be back with more of Daytime right after this.